What's up, my crystal addiction faithful few? Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are having a good weekend. Although it's over, hope you guys had a good work week last week. Anyway, my name is Crystal. If you're new to my channel, thanks for clicking in, and thank you guys for being faithful that watch me. The few of you that do, like I say, I do it for you and I do it for myself, and with that I'm cool. So thank you for watching my videos when you do click in, so I really appreciate that. You can hit thumbs up, thumbs down, do whatever you want, subscribe, unsubscribe. Like I said, it's for the people who really give a shit and that really care about me. You know what I like is that I don't have a lot of followers and I don't have a lot of viewers, but I'm hoping that the ones that are viewing me give a shit about me, and I give a shit about you because you're watching me. You know, I don't want a whole bunch of people just watching and have no interest, or you know, nothing to do with the video. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't. Maybe I'm just rambling. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. So that's what I'm saying. I appreciate you. Those of you who watch my videos on Sunday. I wish I could do more, but I work, and it's hard because I see a lot of content creators, and I wouldn't even consider myself a content creator. I would love to do more, but 40 hours a week working in mental, it could be a lot. So I just don't have that time to put all my energy in it, and I just really wish I could. I see a lot of people doing videos talking while they're driving. I wish I can kind of get into that. I think that would be kind of cool to do since I'm driving, and I can talk to I think you get more creative when for me, I think about a lot of shit when I'm driving. So that may be something I'll test out. Not really sure. So we'll see. But anyway, let's get into the video. If you've been following me, you know that I am talking about my past, how I got through my past, the things that I went through, the things that mostly that my kids went through, what you go through as a young mother, in addiction, mental health issues, just all kind of shit, that went on. So that's what my stories are about, in case you're new to my channel. So anyway, I'm done rambling on. Let's get into the story. Before I get into the story, did you guys see the news report? Now, I don't know where this happened at, but it was these two parents. You could have heard about this missing little boy. I think he was maybe 5 or 6 year old missing little boy. And when they said that, because the father, they did a call in that the father was calling saying his son was missing, but it was very calm. Right then I knew, I'm like, oh, these fools done did it. Long story short, these people, because the little boy peed in his bed and soiled himself, they put this baby in according to them, put this child in a 20-minute cold shower. According to them, forgot he was there, and when they got to the shower, he had died. They put this boy in a bag, y'all. They put him in a bag. The father did this, put him in a bag, and then they took him down to the basement of their house and put him in a bunch of other plastic bags, and then buried him in a shallow grave. They treated that child like it was a fish that just died in water. And that just hurts my heart that that's your child. Like, how do you just... Anyway, yeah, that's some shitty shit. People is crazy as hell out there, y'all. They crazy as hell. And there's growing numbers. We got these school shootings and the mass shootings. And it's, I don't know. It's a lot of evil in this world. So you guys got to stay woke, stay aware, stay focused. Stay focused. If you don't do anything, stay aware. Try to stay focused to protect yourself from these fools. Because you don't know what the crazy look like anymore. We used to know what that used to look like back when we were kids, but we have no idea what the crazy look like anymore, because they look like normal people. But anyway, I keep saying I'm gonna stop. I just feel like talking to you guys today, but I'm not gonna do that. It's probably this little wine I've been drinking that's got me rambling. But let's get into the story. If you left where I left off last week, is my car had broke down. I had just bought a car, a Ford Escort. It broke down. Long story short, they tried to give me 2 contracts. Now, when they gave me these 2 contracts, I did not realize that they could not give me 2 contracts. But they screwed up because I still had the other contract, okay? They kept wanting this contract. But now, I don't have a car. So now I'm carless. I can't go pick up my kids like I want to. on the weekends, although my grandmother did let me use her car to do that. I would get a ride or take the bus to my grandmother's house, and she would let me use her car to pick up my kids so I can continue on with my visits. But my friend Arthur Idas, he had a second car, so he let me use his second car until I tried to deal with this situation. But like I was saying, Arthur Idas let me use his car because he had a second car. So he let me use his car. Now it's funny, when people start letting you use your shit, you be thinking it's no strings attached. Although it was no strings attached, he just thought he could just come over when he wanted to. Although he knew better to come around when my kids were around. But still, although I didn't mind it that much because I was using this shit and I needed a car. Okay? So he let me use this car. So when he came over, he had came over one night and he was like, I'm feeling some bad energy in your house. And he was in, like I told, I think it was on one of my other videos. He was into chakras and shit like that with these crystals. So he brought this big, beautiful crystal and he brought it to my house and he set it in my living room. Now, I didn't think nothing of it because it was really pretty. I don't know if you've ever saw one before, but they have purples, they're white, they're big. If I can, I'm gonna try to find a picture and insert it if I can find one. So he brought this crystal thing on. He also gave me a box of different crystals for different things. He also brought over a picture of himself that he placed in my kitchen. Okay, now I should have thought something was weird about him bringing a picture, but I didn't. I just took the picture. At this time, I'm using your shit, so don't want to offend. I've known him for a couple of years now, so I didn't think anything weird. And like I said, he wasn't getting weird. He was just into this chakra shit. So one day, man, I'm literally sitting in my living room, and I handed God, if my grandmother, my auntie was alive, they could tell you. I'm sitting in my living room, and I'm hearing my freezer open and close. So I look, how you think you hear something, but you're not sure what's going on. So I look in my kitchen, nothing, but it sounds, how a freezer opens, I know I'm hearing it because I'm on medication. Sometimes I was wondering, I'm like, okay, I'm on this Klonopin. Excuse me, I'm on Klonopin. I'm on this damn Decepramine for severe depression. Am I tripping? Like, I had to ask myself, am I tripping? But I kept hearing this shit. So now I'm creeping around my own apartment and I'm looking, and it's broad daylight. It's not even nighttime. So thank God for that. This is happening in broad daylight. So I'm sitting here and I go and I walk in my kitchen. But I don't hear it every time I walk in the kitchen. I'll go back in the living room. I hear the shit again. It was weird. So this time when I went in the kitchen, I have my counter right there and I look in the counter, and Arthur Idas, his picture is right in my ashtray. Now, I don't know if I put that picture there. I don't know if he put the picture there. It's not like I was going to take the picture and set it in frame or anything. So his picture is sitting in my ashtray, right? So I didn't think nothing of it, but I picked it up. And you know how you look at a picture? I don't know if you from a black family, you guys had Jesus in your house and you would look at that Jesus picture and think that he was like following you every time you went somewhere, you can see him. Well, it was kind of like that. I felt like he was looking at me through this photo. It was creepy, weird. You know how you just get a vibe? It was just a vibe. Now, it was a vibe, and I'm sorry, it just felt weird. So I started getting panic. I started getting anxiety because I know I'm hearing something, and now I'm kind of getting scared. So I called my grandma. And my auntie happened to be over there with my grandma. So I told my grandmother what was happening. I said, something's going on. They said, well, who's been in your house? And I told them who's been in my house. Well, is something? So they started asking me a series of questions. So I told them about this crystal thing that was in my house that Arthur Idas has brought over. Now, my grandmother, she didn't know what I was talking about, but my auntie did, because she had went to a psychic once and she stopped messing with psychics. That's a long time ago. That's a whole nother story. So she told me, she said, you need to have him come pick up that stuff and get that stuff out your house. She says, that's what you need to do. She says, what are you doing? You a Christian. You ain't got no business with that stuff in your house. Get that stuff out your house. Baby, that day, I definitely did. I called him. I'm like, man, you got to come get this out my house. I'm like, there's some weird shit going on, and I just need this item out of my house. I said, we cool, but I don't need this in my house. He didn't pressure me about it. He didn't get mad about it. He didn't even have an attitude about it. He just came and got his stuff. But the weird thing that happened that really tripped me out before I even called him to get that stuff, I had picked up this picture, and like I said, this happened a long time ago, and I set fire to this picture. I started burning it because, like I said, I was on medication. I could have been high. Like, I wasn't, in my mind, I wasn't high. Yes, I was doing meth, but I hadn't been up for 5 or 7 days or anything like that. It was just a weird thing. So I literally took the picture and I set it on fire, and I put it back in the ashtray where it was sitting. As his picture was burning, hand to God, he called me and said, "What are you doing?" And I said nothing. Like, it threw me off. So I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, I'm sitting there thinking, because I just recently got off the phone with my auntie. So I was like, okay, this is really, really getting weird right now. This is really getting weird. I really needed him to pick that shit up. But I couldn't, like, not talk to him anymore, just cut him off, because I needed a car until I figured out what was going on with my car. So that's that shit that happened. He ended up picking up his shit, and you know what? I did not hear that shit anymore. I'm telling you, don't let people put and bring items in your homes. You gotta be careful what you let people bring into your home, especially shit like that. That wasn't my shit. I didn't understand that shit, and I had no business messing with it. So we got rid of anything crystallized or whatever, because he could have prayed over it, did some of his weird chakra shit or whatever. He was from Haiti, so you know them people be doing shit. So anyway, let's get back to the car. So now I don't have a car. I'm going back and forth to this place, arguing with these people, trying to move out of this apartment, trying to figure out how I'm going to get out of this apartment, looking for an apartment, not figuring out, I'm actually looking for an apartment, because like I told you in the last video, I wasn't even paying my rent, because he didn't fix that damn stair. So at this point now, what did I call him? Military man has came back from overseas. So now he's back, and so gratefully, because now he's here to help me move out of this apartment, along with, you know, a few other friends. So I found another a really nice apartment. So how I end up paying for this, Alec and I, like I said, we used to go to thrift stores. So I'm going to tell you how God worked. I'm going to tell you, even through all my trials and tribulations that I was going through, I tell you, God would always throw me a lifeline somewhere or show me something to boost me up. So we're going through this thrift store, and I think it was the one on Washington Street if you live in San Diego. And out of the blue, I'm looking, I don't look at books. I don't even read books. Like, I'm not an idiot or anything, but I'm not a book reader like some people like to read books. So I'm looking on a shelf, and right in front of my face is a law book. I pick up the law book, and the law book is contract law. Go figure. Out of all the books to find out of a thrift store, I find a law book dealing with contracts. I paid $2 for that book. Now, here I am. I'm definitely, you know, doing meth, doing my lines, which makes you concentrate. I really started studying both contracts. I started reading the book. I started getting the penal codes. I started getting my shit together. I had time. I didn't have a job. I didn't have shit to do. So I had time to focus on this shit at night when I wasn't sleeping. So I figured out they could not give me 2 contracts. So I went there. I went there with Military Man. The Military Man was always shook if he went somewhere with me, and I was pissed off because I would fly off the handle. You would remember that my ass was there. So we get in there, and I tell them, I know why you want both the contracts. And I said, I know why you want the other contract back. I said, because you wasn't supposed to give me 2 contracts in the first place. I said, what you did was illegal. And I just went in. I gave them the penal codes, all this shit, blah, blah, blah. I said, what I need you to do before I give you the other contract back, I said, I want the money back for my trade-in, because they gave me $1,500 for my Audi. I want the money back for my freaking trade-in, and I want the payments that I gave you over the last 3 months. I want my money back. I want all my money back. When I get that back, when I get a check, I will give you the contract, and I walked out the door, and it was a glass door, and I slammed that door. Oh my God, when I think about that now, I'm glad that door didn't shatter, because my ass would have probably definitely got arrested and went to jail. But I was heated. But I'm going to tell you what, baby. They did it. They did it. I got my money. They gave it all to me, period. And I was able to take that money and move into another apartment. Now, let me tell you, back in the 90s, shit was cheap. You can't get a 1-bedroom for $375. It was either $375 or $475. Big ass living room, another separate room, another bedroom, and I had a deck on the back, and I was paying $375 for this building. And it was a locked building where you just couldn't come into the building. Sweet deal. Deposit $500. That was my deposit. We moved into this new place. So I got my money. What kills me about when I evaluate my own stories and think about the going over my life, I'm pissed at myself because I appreciate where I am today, but I had so much time to do so much other shit, like go to school, further my education. I had a lot of time to do shit, but I didn't have the confidence. I didn't think I was smart enough. I didn't think I was good enough. I always felt like if I wasn't on some type of substance, I felt like people can see my pain and see what I was going through and see and know my story. And the worst thing for me is being a mother without the kids. Like, I felt like people can see that. So I felt uncomfortable being around people, especially not under the influence. I just didn't have the confidence to get out there and go to school and do something. I wish I knew about myself now then. Like, seriously, I would have been a beast, because I definitely would have got into law before getting in trouble with the law. But anyway, I'm where I'm at today, and I thank God for it. Anyway, you guys, this is going to be a short video. I had a long work week, and not a long one, but it was a struggle. I'm still at work with no office because they done redid the offices, and my shit is still trying to get ready. So I'm literally going from the doctor's office to the nurse's office, using other people's offices if they ain't there. So I'm kind of like homeless at work. I am homeless at work, living out of my briefcase. I am living out of my briefcase with my laptop, going from office to office. I am, what is that, office surfing. I ain't got my own shit just yet. That shit was supposed to be ready last week, and now they're going to send me an email telling me it ain't going to be ready till next Thursday. Baby, if I wasn't going on vacation, in a couple of weeks, I'd be going on vacation next week, because I am just too through, because I might ask and I just work from home. I've been trying to drink this wine, but anyway, that's that story, you guys. We will continue on next week. I think next week. Yeah, I'll see you guys next week. So you guys, thank you for watching this video. I know it's short, but I think the time is good enough. That's enough of a story for you guys. It was a lot that, all that shit. Anyway, thank you guys for being my biggest supporters. And I will see you guys next week. Enjoy your work week. And like I say, don't be an asshole. And if you are, be the best one you can possibly be. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. I just realized next weekend is Mother's Day, and the week after that I'm going on vacation for our anniversary. So I will be missing for a couple of weeks. Please don't forget about me. I love you guys. Enjoy your work week, and don't all you beautiful and wonderful mothers next week, since I'm out. Happy Mother's Day.